Okay, as you can see, I have the breakthrough PCB back on my table here, and there's nothing wrong with it. It still works, but I designed a board, and it just came in the other day, and this is the first chance I've gotten to look at it, but had some PCBs, little adapter PCBs made from PCB way out of China, and I've designed a circuit that's going to plug into location D4, this chip right here, to allow me to select the size of the paddle. There'll be a dip switch installed on the board when I'm done with it. One position on the dip switch will be the normal size. One position will be double the size, and another position to quadruple the size. So the game is really hard with the way the paddle is now. I think the middle position is going to be good because when it gets fast, it's difficult anyway, and so maybe double the size of the paddle will make the game easier, easy enough to finish, and then the quadruple size, that's just ridiculous. That will make it probably too easy. But if you have kids or something and they get frustrated with the game, or if you want to keep them entertained longer, and you have this, you might put it on that setting and let them play, or inexperienced players, or if you just want to play and, and do good without having to really, focus too much and just relax. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be populating the board. I haven't even opened the package yet to see what they look like. So, got my scissors. Anyway, let me do that. I can't hold the camera and do that at the same time. Let me get those open. I'll be right back. So I've got it opened up here, and that's what the PCBs look like. They're pretty small, not too bad. It's double-sided, and the idea is after I get it populated, I'll take that chip out and I'll put this in its place, and then I should the dip switch will go in this position here, the square here, and that will let me choose the size that I want on the game. Now, if this works, this video is going to be pretty long, so I'll be test playing it and stuff. If it don't work, this will be damn short. So anyway, let me get that thing put together and let's see what it does. I may not be able to do the dip switches because I don't know if I've got a 4 positions dip switch. I'll have to look around and see if I can find one. Okay, I've got my board assembled. I did not have a new dip switch, so I had to steal one off an old board. But I did manage to get one. And as I was putting this together, I noticed I had a mistake. I forgot to connect a trace on the board, but it's of no consequence. It's just connecting the power to the capacitor. This is still going to function okay, or it should. I think it will still function fine. Also, that same line was going to one of the lines on one of these chips to keep it high. But again, I think it can float high and be okay. So I'm fixing to install this. Let's see how it installs. When installing this, it needs to go the same direction as the other chips on the board. So the notch needs to go to the right. So it needs to go like this. Oh, and I took the chip out of this. Where's my finger? The chip that was here is this chip here. I took it out and installed it here. It's basically a 74161 4-bit counter. Alright, so let me make sure I've got it in the right direction. So that notch is pointing the same direction as that notch there. So yeah, it goes like that. Now, there's 3 different settings, and the 4th setting, I'm not sure what it's going to do if we set it. It's going to be invalid. It's either not going to have a paddle at all, or it'll be something strange. I'm not sure exactly. Anyway, so I'm going to set it on normal size to begin with. So that means this pin here, or this switch number 1, needs to be in the on position, and all the other ones off. Okay, so that's going to be the normal size. Let me turn this thing on. If we don't even have a paddle, then that means I completely screwed up this design. All right. So anyway, let me set the phone up and let's play a game on normal. Let's see if I can get this to stay up. The screen is on. Shrink the screen. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let me put a credit on there. Where's my controller? Here it is. So this should be just a normal size paddle if I did this right. And that, oh, look at that. That looks like the right size. So let me play one game with normal paddle so we can get a feel for how the game plays with normal paddle. Let me see if I can hit the ball. Okay, good. And this all seems normal to me. I'm going to try to hit it on the other side. Well, it changed. The ball power changed, or whatever you want to call it. It's always hitting to the left, it looks like. Maybe there's a problem. That looked good. Oop. That looked pretty good. That looked good. Okay, I think the paddle's working normally. I thought at first it was doing something weird, but it seems like it's normal. Ah! Come on. Well, that was weird. Oh. Alright, well anyway, the point is the paddle was smaller, or I mean the normal size. Let me change the dip switch setting now to the medium size, so that means I'm turning off switch 1 and applying switch 2. Alright. I'll have to put a credit on. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, that looks good. That's double the size. That's what I was expecting. That looked like it was working normally. Wow, I didn't expect to have that kind of trouble with a double-sized paddle. I guess I just suck at this. Also, I don't have a very good controller. My controller broke and I've lost the knob, so I'm basically twisting a piece of metal. The potentiometer stem. So I guess I have an excuse for sucking. But I don't think I play much better even with a good controller. But this is totally cool. I can't express how cool this is, that this is actually working. Oh, shoot. So I think you can understand now why I wanted to make the game easier. I wanted the paddle bigger because I can't play this game worth a darn. I can't blame it on anything. I can't blame it on my eyesight. I'm seeing fine. I don't know, just not any good at it. So when the ball goes off at a weird angle like that, after so many hits, the profile for the ball, or it's not really a program, it's just the nature of the ball is different. Now see, it changed again. So it's going to be different how it comes off the paddle. The longer you play, the weirder, or not weirder, just it's different how the ball plays at different progression points. But this, as far as I can tell, it's working perfectly at this size. I'm not seeing any problems. I'm able to make it go both directions off the paddle, just as I would expect. And that noise was a free game because I made 100 points. Forgot it was going to do that. That just shows you how rarely I was able to do it. But man, this is totally cool. I wasn't sure if I could do this, but I mean, it made sense, and the circuit I built is obviously working. Last ball. Ooh. So even with the double paddle, this is still pretty challenging. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, and I forgot to point out that when I hit the top of the screen, the paddle went in half. The paddle went half size. So everything's working, okay? So now let's try the last setting, or the last valid setting, I should say. Let's make it So I'm turning off switch number 2, and I'm turning on switch number 3. All right. I got a free game, so I don't have to put a credit. I can just start the game. All right. Oh, look at that. Now, see? That is awesome. Now I've got quadruple the size paddle than I would normally have. So let's see how this works. That looks like it's working, as I would expect. Yep. So I'm going to keep playing until the end of the game on this. We need to pay attention for when the ball hits the top of the screen. The paddle should go to a half the size that it currently is. It should do that. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that happened on the double size paddle too. It reduced back down to the normal size paddle after you hit the top of the top wall. I expect the same thing here, except it's going to be, it's going to be half this large size. So still large with respect to the original game, the original size. Here we go. Stay up there. All right. Okay, yeah, see, the paddle's half the size now. After the ball hit the top, it made the paddle half the size, so that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Exactly. Yep, definitely a lot easier. But it's still, I mean, it's up, see? Even with the bigger paddle, you can lose the ball, so I guess I really need that extra size. Okay, now see the paddle went half the size because the ball hit the top. That's all exactly the way it's supposed to be. So right now the game is basically in position 2, the same as playing in position 2. The paddle is double the size of the normal starting paddle. Whoa. Yeah. Okay, I don't feel so bad about this setting. I am trying to keep the ball going, guys. I'm not just slouching here. I'm trying to get all the dots because they're all the bricks because I've never done that before. I want to see what happens. Uh-oh. Oh, one more. Come on. One more. Ah. Okay. Oh, come on. Yes. Now what happens? Oh, okay. So we just start over. Start over. So Steve Wozniak came up with this game, I think, or he was asked to build the first one. And although the logic is different on his because they were giving him, and I believe it was Steve Jobs, they teamed up on this, and I believe if they could come up with a solution with a lesser number of chips, they'd get more money. The lesser number of chips, the more money they'd pay. But his design was so confusing because it was using so many less chips, or maybe the chips were more expensive. He had to use different chips, and maybe they were rare or more expensive or harder to get. I don't know. At any rate, he came up with this exact game, but he implemented it different than what they ended up doing. I think they used almost twice as many chips in the design. So I don't know why they didn't think about this, because I mean, if I can come up with it, I'm a freaking idiot. If I can come up with something like this, why didn't they think about, hey, we could have different, size paddles, and that'd be, different skill levels. They do have the number of balls where you can select 3 or 5, but they could have easily added the paddle size just like I did. All right, so I'm curious what's going to happen if we put it in the invalid state. So I'm going to turn all switches off, and let's see what happens. I'm not sure what this is going to do. Okay, that looks weird. Okay, so I can still control it, but it only gets bigger. Well, that's weird. Did not really expect that. All right, well, let's see what happens. I'll just leave it. I'll leave it all the way across all the time. Let's see what it does. Should be able to get all the bricks, right? But see, the ball's always going off to the right. Okay, that's the next mode. But as it comes off the paddle there at the bottom, or to the bottom, if it was normally oriented, then it's always going off to the right, no matter where it hits. Let's see if I can. It's not doing anything. It's coming off the same. So this is an invalid state for this. To be valid, you have to specify one of the first 3, 1, 2, or 3 dip switch settings. But it makes for an interesting video. Free game. Let's see how many bricks it can get. Getting close. Come on. Get them all. Okay. Now we're stuck. Up. Got stuck and I had to move the paddle and I'd lost the ball. Huh. Come on. Get one. Boy, that looks like it's hitting it, but it's not, I guess. Two more. Two more. Uh-oh. Oh! We're stuck again. See if I can hit the edge or something. Nope. Nothing. I've got to let it go. All right, 2 more. Come on. 1 more. Oh. Get it. All right, well, I didn't really think this would even have a paddle. I originally thought that if I put an invalid setting, there would be no paddle. I had no idea it'd be this weird paddle that goes almost all the way across. Got it. All right. One thing I just realized is when the ball hits the top wall, in this invalid mode, the size of the thing doesn't change apparently. Well, I don't think I'll ever be able to get 700 points without this mode. Hmm. $859. Now we're stuck. Last ball. Boy, this is going to be a long video. I apologize for that, but this is just testing, and I'm amazed this is working as well as it is. Very happy with this. Uh-oh, I think we're already stuck. Oh, there it goes. And I think it's stuck. All right, well, that's it. I'll just go ahead and let it die. 887 points. Wow, cool. All right. One last test. I'm going to put it back on regular game mode just to make sure that I'm not dreaming here, that this still plays with a normal size paddle. Yep. Yep. All right, cool. This is really cool. All right, well, anyway, that's it. I just wanted to come up with this design and implement it and share it with everybody, and for the first time, and actually freaking works. So that gives this game a whole new dimension, in my opinion. If you think the game's too hard, then you need to buy one of my boards or something and make yours make it easier. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. See you next time.